and renewed expectations, but those hellos would turn to goodbye and a new direction. While the Knicks have shown their ability to excel, they also are known to unravel and can only pray the right team shows up for the playoffs. Not many people gave the Cavaliers much chance this season, but Mike Fratello has reason to smile. His Cavs finished with the 4th best record in the East, and they did it with the league's stingiest defense. But in Game 1, it was the Knicks stopping the Cavaliers dead in their tracks, adding a barrage of three-point bombs that left Cleveland defenseless and down one game of this best-of-5 series, with Game 2 coming up.
This is the NBA on NBC, the 1996 NBA playoffs.
We welcome you to the Gund Arena, Cleveland, Ohio, for the start of NBC's coverage of the NBA playoffs. And we're getting set for Game 2 of the best-of-5 between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Are the head coach of the Cavaliers, a native of Hackensack, New Jersey, Mike Fratello, who, as we mentioned earlier, was very upset with the lack of fire, the lack of intensity on the part of the Cavs in Game 1. At Oakley, they were able to continue the winning record. Ewing had it knocked away. And here's Brandon on a breakaway. Their first 8 shots, and then were able to turn it around, particularly in the second half. Starks for 3 against the man who, as a youth growing up in Portland, he admired. In fact, still has the poster on the wall. Chris Mills with his first field goal. In his parents' home, the poster of Derek Harper remains on the wall in Terrell's bedroom. And Anthony Mason gives the Knicks a 5-4 lead. No, it's still there.
Derek Harper doesn't want to hear any of it. He's 9 years older than Terrell Brandon. He knows he's got his hands full. He doesn't want to hear any of this role model stuff.
Lead. Fills with the room. And the kick by Cage. Michael Cage.
Defensively, and that does take a lot of steam out of you for the other end of the floor.
Brandon. And it looked like Harper got a piece of it. Ewing met by Cage. And the Knicks open up by swinging the ball. Mason, yes. Cavaliers 10, and the Knicks 7. Much of the shot clock as possible. It was down to 3 right there. Ferry unloaded. Cage not able to hit, but Fills is there. Bobby Fills. 3. Shot clock at 5. Harper with the steal, and then lost it. Kicked it out of bounds. So Cleveland maintains possession, but first a timeout is called. And they're on their feet here at the gun. 6:26 to go in this first quarter. The Cavaliers with a 12-7 lead on the Knicks.
I was concerned that we were not doing enough right things as compared to the game that we had played here previously.
From that shooting range.
Well, true, but they're really not relying on three-pointers yet in this game, but they are certainly relying on too many perimeter shots.
To it, which can be good and bad, as we have seen right throughout the season. Bobby Fills.
Smaller players get away with that nowadays. Patrick Ewing on a clear, actually turning the ball over in his hand.
Anthony Mason. They have 4 already here in this first quarter. Here is Ferry, and Ewing got a piece of it. The Cavaliers lead 19-10. Ferry with the nice move around Oakley. Looked like Ewing may have tipped it, but Ferry converts. We'll be right back. Now Mason facing the double team. Not able to hit the reverse. Mason with another opportunity. Anthony Mason. We are just under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Harper off the good look from Starks.
Him on his back.
Ferry with the pick. And Brandon picked off by Starks. 3-on-2. Harper gives it back. Ewing with the slam. Beautifully executed fast break by the Knicks.
For basketball, which is what the Cavaliers want everybody they play against to get involved in.
Well, Phil's forced into a bad shot and then blocked by Ewing, but Cage able to deflect. Now Starks trying to catch the Cavaliers on the transition, and he does! The Cavaliers did not get back. Lead, and the Knicks with the ball. 25 seconds to go. First quarter, foul committed by Ferry.
A transition basketball now. The Knicks starting to get out and go. John Starks in the middle. Good ball movement here. To Harper, to Patrick Ewing getting his first bucket. And then Charles Oakley finishing off a fast break for New York.
The Knicks working the clock down. Here's Harper. He challenged Cage. Final seconds of the quarter. So after one, here at the Garden Arena, in game 2 of this best of 5, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers 21 and the New York Knicks 17. The Knicks 8 of 17 from the field and the Cavaliers 10 of 22. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment. So the Knicks with an 8-2 run to end the quarter, and they finished with an audio man's delight executing the fast break. Take a listen.
Rebounded, blocked shots, and got his teammates involved. That's the kind of all-around game that the Knicks need to go further in the playoffs.
It counts, and the foul. Chris Mills opens up the second quarter. And now they say no foul.
Actually, they were going to call an illegal defense, but the made two-point field goal superseded the illegal defense call, so they wiped it out.
Here's Brandon. And ends up colliding with one of the cameramen behind the basket, but he's all right. Mason, Anthony Mason.
Looks like he can get some offensive work done for New York right now.
Marley, and he was looking for a goaltend. Here's Marley for 3. Bobby Phills now 2 for 7 from the field. Starks laying it off glass. Yes, and it counts. John Starks will go to the line, but first a timeout is taken. Phills called for the foul, his second.
Well, so far, Bobby Phills has done an outstanding job of keeping John Starks in check. This time, Starks making up his mind in transition, barreling to the basket, looking to complete the three-point play.
The former Knick head coach Don Nelson, certainly very one of a couple of guys particularly happy about the coaching for the Cavaliers, and they now lead 25-22. Here is Starks taking it to the basket and the foul. So here is Starks once again going to the hoop. Of course, there are two sides to that John Starks, Don Nelson story.
Always is, but look at John Starks now getting very aggressive. I think he was the most surprised player on the floor that the Cavaliers did not either show out, double team him, close down the lane, get out and pressure and challenge every pass as well as every shot.
And Hill gets inside. Tyrone Hill. Patrick Ewing. So it's Williams and Mason up front with the three-guard alignment. Deflected out by the Cavaliers in the second quarter. Davis got the step. And Davis ends up with the ball. Hubert Davis.
Report bruise in the automobile accident early in the year.
And a hustle by Crotty to keep it alive. That's stolen by Ward. Here's Ward. Charlie Ward with the steal and the breakaway basket. 19-9 deficit. The Cavs jumping out early. Marley. Strong move by Dan Marley. His first field goal. And Starks with the open shot. A three from John Starks, who has had a brilliant second quarter. And John Starks back to his fiery self. Nice pass from Marley. It counts in the foul. Tyrone Hill with his third field goal, and he's going to the line.
Tyrone Hill has been very active offensively, and Dan Marley, not settling for just long bombs as well, has been starting to get into the teeth of the defense, drive to the basket, and when you do that, it enables you to create for your teammates.
Down to three. Here's Ward, got it off and hit, bailing out the Knicks at the end of the possession. Here's Phils, the tip missed by Hill. Hill able to retrieve. Oh, Tyrone Hill has come up big. Good shot for Starks. That was a three-point attempt. The Knicks are on every loose ball. Herb Williams will go to the line. Gilbert Davis stripped from behind. Brandon with the steal. Once here for the Cavaliers. Ferry, once again shooting on the run. That is not usually part of the repertoire.
That they're actually overreacting to plays, and it's creating offensive openings.
Starks for three. John Starks.
Well, no matter how good the defense is, no matter how quick rotations are, good, quick ball movement. And John Starks was telling me yesterday, he said the way that the Knicks were passing in game one, the pass was always right there to catch and finish.
Tyrone Hill in the second quarter. Ferry pulling it back from Oakley. And hitting. Danny Ferry off the dribble. 37, 3:20 to go in this first half. Nice lead. Mason from Ward in the first half.
Well, this was not very quick, but it was exploratory as Danny Ferry working hard against Charles Oakley for this bucket as he got the friendly bounce here at Gund Arena. No surprise that Charlie Ward is an outstanding passer. Had his head up all the way, spotted to the opening for Anthony Mason, and a nice finish.
In this first half, and the Knicks are up by 2. Here's Charles Oakley, who just checked back in, and Charles Oakley, who came out gunning in the post position. Here is Davis. Yes. And the excellent Knick three-point shooting has continued. Brandon off the fake. And it's Salvatore, the outside official, calling the blocking foul. And Ewing stripped. Overs during the regular season, about 13 a game. Ewing had it knocked away. Another Knick turnover. The 24. Brandon at the baseline, closed by Ward. Nice move by Terrell Brandon. He has 9 points, and the Cavaliers are within 3. Final seconds of the half. Davis trying to shake off Phils. Could not. Ewing fires. And that is the end of the first half. Good one here at the gun. The Knicks 44 and the Cavaliers 41. John Starks with a sensational first half. 5 of 8 shooting, 14 points, 3 more from downtown. Bob Costas coming up in a moment with the Prudential halftime report right after this.
First half at getting to the basket. Once he gets in there, there's really nobody to stop it as far as a shot blocking presence.
Patrick Ewing showing the stroke, and 3 on the shot clock. Cage blocked by Ewing. It's a 24-second violation.
Well, the Cavaliers just have no inside presence as far as a post-up player.
From Patrick Ewing back on April the 9th in a game against the Celtics. Brandon able to get it to Mills. Brandon from the floor flipping it to Mills. Lead. Mason in a battle with Mills. Tosses it back to Oakley. Charles Oakley.
However, the shot before, he put up an air ball, but not discouraged on the next catch. Just let it fly.
Danny Ferry.
Ball and so low to the ground, trying to turn the corner, losing his footing, and then goes between the legs of Charles Oakley and able to flip and find Chris Mills as Danny Ferry off the pick and pop play. Terrell Brandon found him. This has been a bread and butter play for the Cavaliers all season long. If you don't defend it properly, that's how Danny Ferry can hurt you.
Danny looks to shoot around, get some extra practice in, and Tiffany comes along as Mills is able to bring the Cavs within one. Lead is 1. 4 minutes gone by in the third. Oakley to the drive. Mason with the rebound. Anthony Mason. There's the change of pace move by Brandon that draws the foul. That's the second committed by Harper.
Well, a rare penetration play by Charles Oakley, but beating Danny Ferry easily on the drive. But Anthony Mason able to get in there on the weak side doorstep because everybody flowed towards Charles Oakley on that drive.
Tightly by Brandon. Oh, Ewing pushing off on Cage, caught him, and he's called for the offensive foul. A shot from Ewing to the chin of Cage, where he has done a terrific job. And among the candidates for Coach of the Year, Anthony Mason with a nice step-back move. He is 16. Met by Bobby Phills. And here's Harper for 3. Derek Harper.
The ball is going to move faster than your feet.
Well, Ferry got the step, but Ewing with the rejection leading to this. Patrick Ewing with another block, his third, and that leads to a Cavalier timeout. So Ewing very active once again. We saw this in game 1 on Thursday where he had several emphatic blocks. This one right here on Ferry. And the end result, the breakaway hoop by Derek Harper. The Knicks have opened up a 57-48 lead, 5:19 to go, third quarter. Mills stopped by Ewing, another block shot, but Michael Cage was right there.
On pick and roll type of plays, they have to get the ball inside first.
Well, Marley from the outside, and that's the first 3 of the day for Cleveland. Lead 57-53. Ewing. Beautifully done. Starks finding Ewing.
Catch and make that field goal without really seeing where the rim was.
Nice pass. Brandon for Cage. So Cage has 8 points.
Involved offensively, being fronted by Michael Cage, pointing to the rim, able to catch it, and he just did locate the rim at the last split second. And then the penetration by Terrell Brandon, drawing the shot blocker Ewing, and finally finding Michael Cage for the easy one, and Mike Fratello saying, that's what I've been looking for. Shot, our pressure defense took them out of their game.
Nice pass. Mills lays it off for Cage, and he drew the foul. To make it back from the back problems. Brandon is stopped by Harper, and Brandon hit the floor. 7 on the 24. Mills for 3. Air ball. Cage on the save, but back come the Knicks. Mason breaking down, and foul by Mills. Good foul by Mills, not allowing the shot. Hard position. Marley posting up Starks. Starks goes down and draws the foul. Getting it back out, Harper. And Oakley. Oh, what a pass on the save as Oakley ends up in the first row.
Well, this is just a typical Charles Oakley hustle play. Has that knack for saving balls at the end line and turning it into a positive play, as he did there for Patrick Ewing, and then generally just sprawling into the stands.
Charles, the type of guy who just loves that contact. He seeks it out. Lead by 6 with a half minute to go, third quarter. Marley for 3. Yes. Darren Marley from downtown. Starks couldn't find the shot. Oakley does. Did not make contact with the rim. Ferry gets it off. as time runs out. You know, the Cavaliers have a point complaining that time, actually there should have been a whistle because it should have been a 24-second violation and the Cavaliers could have regrouped. But Davy Jones, the outside official, is claiming it did hit the rim. So that's the end of the third. Knicks lead by 3. We'll be back after this from your local station. Yes, the Knicks defensive play has disrupted the Cavaliers. Ewing opening up this fourth quarter. Usual style of play. The foul is called on Oakley, his third. But this afternoon, they have disrupted the Cavs. It's Ewing with his 5th field goal. He's 5 of 12 from the field. Following the New York Knicks. Played the previous 3 years with Utah. And Bobby Phil, but then gave it back. Here is Ewing. Yes. And Patrick Ewing has come alive.
Patrick Ewing fighting and battling Tyrone Hill, getting that position, backing in, and now starting to feel it offensively.
Down to 7. Terrell Brandon. And knocked away and fouled. Foul committed by Derek Harper. Starks with the flip. Saved by Harper, then knocked away. Good play by Brandon. 3 on 2. Fills. Bobby Fills off the break. Williams pass picked off.
For Terrell Brandon, but he took his eye off the pass receiver. He wanted to go inside.
Nice look. Ewing finding Mason. And Mason will go to the line. Marley picks up number 3.
Well, Patrick Ewing, after throwing one away before with the Danny Ferry running at him, this time a good target, a wide one in Anthony Mason.
65. Davis for 3. Yes. Hubert Davis.
In particular, Cleveland team as far as chasing the perimeter people from the forward position.
Brandon hits the 3 on Ferry.
Well, off the underneath out-of-bounds play, we were talking about what a good job Charlie Ward was doing. This time he tried to go underneath the screen because if you do, Anthony Mason is looking for the perimeter shooters.
Now Mason got the step and hits on the reverse. 6-point Knick lead. Shot clock down to 6. Brandon had to force it. Fourth quarter. The Knick lead is now 74-70. Starks rejected. Tied up by Marley. What a play by Dan Marley. Tremendous playoff performer over the years for the championship Chicago Bulls. Now an assistant coach, Patrick Ewing.
For just the right time to deliver that pass over the top to Patrick Ewing.
And here is Ferry. Annie Ferry.
For a better shot.
Both teams have 4 team fouls. The next one puts them over the limit. Oakley. Charles Oakley. Remaining in the 4th. Marley from 3-point territory. Yes. Oh, that's a huge shot. Marley now 3 of 9 from downtown. A big defensive play by Marley.
Got away with the little push.
Brandon lost the dribble as Oakley stepped between the screen.
The Knicks know that Terrell Brandon loves to split on that high pick-and-roll play. They were ready for it.
But the Knicks give it right back. Yet they've had great success in New York at Madison Square Garden. Ewing, Patrick Ewing, now lead 80-75. A minute and a half to go fourth quarter. Nice pass. Marley finding Cage. And Cage fouled. Michael Cage is not a good free throw shooter. He was fouled by Anthony Mason.
How about this play coming out of the timeout? You set up a jump shot for your 7-foot center with John Starks and Anthony Mason setting a little stagger screen as Patrick Ewing holding his follow-through. Marley getting into the lane, drawing the defense.
And not playing at the usual tempo. They have not been able to control the game.
Just 4 for 21 in those 3-pointers. They don't necessarily need one here. They'll take it if it shows, but they got to get some kind of a score and then steal or foul New York.
And Brandon off a crossover is able to hit. Beautiful move to bring the Cavs within 2. And the Cavaliers give the foul. clutch free throw shooting by John Starks. His first points of the second half. And the Knicks now lead 82-78 with 17 and 7/10 seconds to go.
Terrell Brandon, if you can, and then let him create some kind of score.
Ferry forced it up, wanted to get the quick shot, rebounded by Harper, and he is immediately fouled by Brandon. Cavaliers with another horrendous performance from downtown. Here's Brandon. Again, the Knicks do not want to foul. Time is running down. Brandon had difficulty finding a shot. He did, but only 1 and 9/10 seconds to go. 3-point Knick lead. Mason able to elude Marley, but then is held with 4/10 of a second remaining. Anthony Mason with a magnificent all-around performance. And that will do it. The Knicks go up 2-0 in this best-of-5. Only 5 times in a best-of-5 game series has a team come back from 0-2. The last time was Denver against Seattle back in 1994. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad with one of the Knick heroes, Patrick Ewing. Ahmad?
All right, Patrick, only 16 points on the offensive end, but more impressively was your defensive work. You were altering shots, block shots. You look like your old days back at Georgetown.
Well, they would double team me as soon as I got the ball today. They made an adjustment. Last game, they was waiting a little bit, but today they came quick, and I had to make adjustments. But I just had to do other things. I had to block shots, try to get rebounds, and just do it, whatever it took to help the team to win.
All right, good luck to you on Wednesday.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Back to you, Marv.
All right, Ahmad. So again, the final, the Knicks 84, the Cavaliers 80. The Knicks are up 2 games to 0.